Dwayne made me understand it. All right, we're back. Game week 1 is what, like 5 days away? Something like that? Feels so good to be back. Tired of taking through the matrix there. There we go. Shout out FPL Harry, man. Best in the game. All right, we're here. I put my league code up here if you want to join. Please feel free to do. I don't know what the El Campion's going to get, but I'll figure something else out, or I'll figure something out. All right. As of right now, this is what my squad currently looks like. I'm going to do some tinkering here in a second, and we're going to talk about it in a second, but I got to turn off my phone volume. But before we get to that, no, I ain't going to do that. I'm not signing on YouTube on my TV for everybody to hear me. But before we do that, send me your teams, send me your teams, send me your teams. We only got a few days left before the season starts. Oh, it feels so good to say that. I think it starts like Friday, right? Hold up, let me check. It starts Friday, so we really got to get this team as nailed down as possible and take off, right? So while I wait for you guys to send me some of your squads, it's August 15th. Yeah, August 15th. Woo! Yes, Lord, this is the best time of the year, man, on Friday. This is the best time of the year when we get, I don't know if you guys watch NFL football, but we got Premier League going on. Obviously, we got La Liga too. We got NFL going on. We got basketball about to start. Ooh, best time of the year. All right, send me your teams. Teams up there. League codes up there. I like this layout, but it's not the best layout. I'll figure it out. We'll fix it out. We'll fix it as we move forward. Anyway, this is what my squad looks like right now. I'm going to break it down real quick. There's a couple changes that I want to make live on stream, and I'll get to that in a second. But for now, let's talk about it. I went with, I went with Kelleher at 4.5. I don't like that, but I needed the money to throw around. I'm probably going to upgrade to Sanchez later and find a way to do that, because right now, our stream does look pretty good. I like the setup. Huh. I guess I can kind of design a little bit. Not really. But I got him in goal because I needed a 4.5 keeper to spread some love at. I went with Richards, Van Dijk, and Fondefen as my back three for right now. Van Dijk, to me, with with DEFCON coming down, with potential clean sheets going around, if he gets as much clean sheets as he did last year, on top of defensive contributions, on top of a couple bullet headers, which he always gets, he's going to go crazy, right? So we got those two. I like Richards a lot. I think for Crystal Palace, I think at 4.5 mil, he's up there with some of my favorite teams, or some of my favorite players. Richards is a stud. I mean, Crystal Palace does have a couple tough fixtures to start. Let me pull it up real quick. I think they got, yeah. Chelsea, Nottingham, and Aston Villa. Not the greatest, but we're thinking long-term. I like his game anyway. Fondefen, I think I said it in my short if you guys check that out. But I don't know how much I like Fondefen as far as trusting Tottenham defense, because I don't. But Fondefen is a really good defender. We'll see how they do this year. And at 4.5 mil, there's just not that many good prices out there, and I don't want to spend. It's hard because I don't really see any 5 mil defenders that I'm like, oh yeah, get him in my squad for now. I hope there's somebody that comes up. There's a huge gap. They did a good job pricing defenders. So I just went with two 4.5 mil defenders and just hoping for the best there. That's my back line. My middies, I usually start with 5 in a mid. Now I'm starting with 4. I'm trying to be I don't want to say I'm trying to be a little different this season, but I like the 4 in the mid because I know a lot of people are going Cole Palmer instead of Saka. For me, I think I'm partially biased because I've loved Saka for so long. He's one of my favorite players, and so why would you not want to have one of your favorite players in the world on your team? You know? But then again, if he doesn't play well and he doesn't score, then it's like double trouble. But I think Saka is that dude. He's going to be in my team the whole season. The way that he can assist, the way that he gets up the pitch, how much talent he has around him to get some assists. He's just so consistent week in, week out that even though he doesn't have the best run of fixtures, I still think he's going to be a good player. So I'm having him in my squad. He's probably going to be in there long term. Feel free to send me your teams on Twitter. I'll put it up here. Or I put my FPL Twitter up there. Don't got to follow me. Just send me your squads. Let's talk about it. Then I got Eze, who I love. I think he's another one that I think his game is incredible. I don't know whether he's leaving or not. The transfer window ends after game week 1, which is definitely unfortunate in case he does transfer to like Arsenal, right? And now I'm sitting there and he has a couple weeks where he's not really getting 60 minutes. And that sucks. And that's something I'm going to have to think about before I put him in my squad. But for now, I just think his game is so good. I love him so much. I'm just going to keep him and run with him for now, right? So I got those two. And then I went, oh, I don't like Gakpo there. I went Gakpo last night. I just kind of was just tinkering around a couple things. I love his game. I just don't think he is nailed enough. I don't know if it's nailed enough. There's just something about him that's like, Sean, careful, 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 right? I don't know if it's just him not being nailed enough, getting subbed out early. There's something about that I veer from. So I'm going to move him. I'll swap him out for another 7.5. I did have Rodgers there before, and as of last I heard, Rodgers had an ankle injury, and he's probably not going to be 100% for game week 1. I think last I heard, though, he's going to be playing. Well, it's almost like a game time decision for game week 1. But with everything so volatile at the beginning of the season, I don't want someone that's a potential. Because that potential might be 1 week, and then 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks. So I swapped him out for Gakpo. But I really wish he was there. I know a lot of people are going Kudus because he's a stud, but I don't know if I want to do that. Not for me. Yet. I want to see how he plays in Tottenham's system before I do that. Right? All right, so then I don't know why it's clicking there. All right. Up top, I finally caved in. I finally went with João Pedro. I didn't want to do it. I think he's a really good player. I think in Chelsea he's going to score a good amount. But I don't know if it's just that he's not going to get 90 minutes every week, and that worries me. You want someone that's going to be consistently getting 90. To start the season, I want as little fires to put out at the beginning of the season as possible. I say that as Keller has the little flag on his name. So I'm probably going to swap out João Pedro here too. Even though I think he's going to be good for the entirety of the season. I just don't know if it's the beginning is the way to go. But I do want a Chelsea. I'm going to think about that one more. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Bowen, I think Bowen's a stud. I don't know if he's a lock in my squad, but every year, I don't know why I keep doing that. Like, he's such a good player. He is so good. He's still only, 27, 28, so he's still got a long way to go. I just think that with his, being at $8 million and having a good run of fixtures to start the season, what did it say he had there? Sunderland, Chelsea's kind of, you never know with Chelsea. And Nottingham Forest, it's a good run even after that, I believe. And so, in my head, I'm like, yeah, he's definitely in my squad. 8 mil, gonna score a lot of goals, you would imagine, so he's in. So that's my front line. Oh, and then I want Gyökeres. Drop my phone. I didn't have him in my squad originally for the same reason I didn't have João Pedro. I didn't know if he's going to get 60 minutes every week. I heard Andy, Let's Talk FPL, talk about it, and I really liked it, where he was saying Arteta does like Havertz a lot. And he's probably going to throw a Havertz up there, a decent amount. Whether he's going to sub out Gyökeres or he's going to just not play him, I guess, and have him off the bench till he gets comfortable in the system. Both of those are options. I think long term he's just going to be there. Watching the game yesterday, he was just so good. I can't see a world where he's just not going to be consistent. Havertz is a good player, but I just don't think he's as clinical up top as he needs to be. And so, for that reason, Gyökeres. I'm going to keep it that way for now. So that's my squad. That's what I'm rolling with. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to make a couple moves here, though, because I do want to get rid of Gakpo and potentially João Pedro. Those are the two moves I'm going to make. There's a lot of things we got to talk about before season starts, man. So, let me see if I check my Twitter, see if I have anybody here. You would think I'd be logged in Twitter on my phone before this, but I'm not. I'm going to talk about Steve's. Steve, I don't know if you're here, but you sent me one on Twitter, so I'm going to talk about it right now. We're going to go to that chat. FPL Harry, man, he's a GOAT. I keep telling everybody for years, man. That's not the updated one. Let's see. Let's pull it up right here. The current job, I'm not sure if I could use my job to 6 mil. My job down to 6 mil and upgrade Saka to Palmer. He looked good today. I got to ask y'all about that. Sells and Dubravka back there. Yeah, got to go with those two. If that's the money you have to spend on them. I didn't watch the Chelsea match today. I need to go look at the highlights. If Palmer looked good, oh boy, watch out. Because I mean, last year, it was like the last half of the season, he just did not do well. I know I talked about it last stream. A lot of the times it was just him getting double, triple teamed all the time. And so, like, I don't want to say double, triple team, but yeah, scratching my skin board and I haven't used it yet? No. He was getting a lot of attention. And so you think, okay, well, he's getting a lot of attention. I don't see how anyone could really be effective if you're not Messi when you're getting that much attention. And so maybe that was why he wasn't performing last year. But when he is, oh man, he is incredible. He is a stud. Ooh, I like messing around with a no. I don't know, man. I love Saka so much. All right, this is the draft we're looking at right here. That's annoying. All right. Fonafin, Frimpong. I love Frimpong. I think he's a great player. I think he's going to be great for Liverpool. I just don't know how nailed he's going to be. I think at some point... Ooh. I did not mix that energy drink well there at the end. I think at some point Frimpong is going to be their consistent starter. I think everyone thinks that. It's just I don't know how much he's going to get at the beginning. Again, same thing as I talked about a little bit earlier with Pedro. Same thing I talked about with Gyökeres. I don't know how much love he's going to get to start the season. And for that reason, I can't see myself with Frimpong at $6 million in my squad. That's why I went with Van Dijk. Now, if I knew that Frimpong was going to be a consistent starter, man, I'm throwing him in my squad, period. I think he is that good. But for now, I'm kind of holding back a little bit. Looks like he went with 4 defenders so he could rotate in. I do like Konsa at that price. Konsa at $4.5 million is a great price. Do a little like Superwoman. Konsa's a great price. $4.5 million. Great run of fixtures. I like it. Milinkovic, $5.5 million. Nottingham Forest. Love that pick. Right? Backline, I think is solid other than my scares about Frimpong. Kudus, again, I just don't know until I see him playing with Tottenham. Until I see him in that system, I don't know. Last year, loved him. Stud. This year with Tottenham, I imagine he's still great, but until I see how he plays in that system, I don't know. I imagine they're going to have to do more through him because Son's gone. Side note, did you guys see that? My City doing me terrible. He just signed to my City, LAFC. Side note, Son. And I don't know who it was that was talking about it, but she told Son, I can't wait till you bring a World Cup trophy home to LA. Oh, my days. All right. Football in America's got a long way to go. Your midfield's great, man. I know I talked about earlier with Gakpo myself. Same thing. I just talked about it a little bit ago. Saka is one of my favorite players in the game, in the whole game of football. Marmoush is an interesting one, though. Because as much as I love him, and I think his game's great, I think he's going to do great when he plays, it's when he plays. If he's consistently starting, if he's getting consistent minutes in that City squad, he's just... $8.5 million is crazy. If he gets hot, well, not even if he gets hot, if he just plays 90 minutes, he is going to be well worth that 8.5 price. My thing is, I don't know if I can live every week saying, is this the week I got to transfer him out? Is this week I got to transfer him out? Is this week I want to transfer him out? And so, I think if it was later into the season when I already see who's getting established minutes, who's playing well, I think at that point, then I'd be like, okay, I'm willing to take that volatility on Marmoush. But until I see, because I don't want to have 3-4 fires I got to put out to begin the season. So until I see that, I'm just staying away from Marmoush, even though I think his game is incredible. And he can easily start off as one of the best players in the game. If he gets 90 minutes, 80 minutes, 3 weeks in a row, he easily start off as one of the highest scoring players. I don't doubt that. But I'm just nervous. I'm just nervous is all. Don't save us. You don't want to be saved. But I love that midline a lot. Mateta up front is one I've definitely thought about going with. I love Mateta. He gets I think he averages 15 goals a season. Somehow he stays so far under the radar. He's just a great player. He's just a stud. I don't know how much else I got to say about him. The biggest thing, too, is if Eze stays with Crystal Palace, it only makes him better. Because of how much Eze is able to create, I think Mateta's in for a 15, 16, around there, maybe even more. Who knows? You never know with with football. But if he gets around that 15 mil stage or 15, 16 goal stage at 7.5 mil is crazy. And so I like that pick a lot. Big fan. Joao Pedro. Again, I talked about it earlier. I just don't know about the minutes. If I know that he's going to get the minutes that I need, then he's a great pick. That run of fixtures to start the season. He's got Cole Palmer to create for him. If he gets 80 minutes a week, I love it. I love it. And there's a reason why he's one of the highest, if not the highest, pick player in FPL. Overall, I love this team. You have a couple more ballsy moves than I think I would make with Marmouche and Frimpong. Two players that I would love in my squad. I just don't have the guts to do it. If I have the guts to go with Frimpong instead of Van Dijk, there's no question that I would. Because of his attacking returns, I'm so scared. But again, going back to it, you have Frimpong, and I know I talked about it a little earlier where he's not guaranteed 90 minutes right now just as the season starts, which scales me. Stay, right? But if you have Konsa on the bench and Frimpong doesn't, maybe he comes in for a 10, 20-minute cameo and get 1 point, which would be devastating. Always is. But if you do, then you got Konsa if he doesn't come off the bench, then you got Konsa coming in, and there you go. Good work. I think you thought about this really well. I think you talked about it. Let me make sure I look at it on the Twitter because you sent a message in there too. Don't save. If you want to send me your teams up there, send it to my Twitter. You see, you might drop Kudos down to 6 mil and upgrade Saka to Palmer. Man, I really need to watch this Chelsea match to see how he looked. Because he looked really good in Club World Cup. He's looking good now. Maybe that end of the season was just, I don't know. Maybe he figured it out again. Maybe they've changed up the system. They've brought in players that allow him more freedom. If that's the case, man, with that run of fixtures, it's going to be hard to say no. I don't know why I'm always yelling when I'm talking in the TV, too. Or talking on the camera. I like this team a lot. I'm going to see what I can do if I still got to join some... I still got to join some leagues. Overall, great team. I really like that team a lot. I like it better than mine now. Like, I might change it to yours, man. Again, feel free, up top, send it to my Twitter. I'll be checking my Twitter from time to time to make sure that no one sent me a message, and I'll check it again to make sure no one sent me a message. And I realize I missed a lot last time. Oh, boy. Apologies to anybody I didn't get to. Last week, some people sent me their stuff, and I didn't see it because it was blocked. Well, that sucks. Crap. Well, I gotta send some apology notes out right now because I didn't see these teams last time. I'm gonna do it right now. There's a couple people on Twitter that sent me their teams. I didn't see them because I just, for whatever reason, Twitter was holding off on me. Shout out. Never mind, I don't want to make any jokes. But I'm gonna get to them now. I'm sure they've changed because it's been a week. But wow, this was your squad: LaCroix, Marguerite, Esteve. All right. You got Sanchez in goal. I'm gonna light it up a little bit bigger so we can see everybody else. You got Sanchez in goal, 5 mil, great pick. It's hard to say no. I've picked Sanchez every year for like 6 years in a row. It seems like back to his Brighton days. All right. Van Dijk, Murillo, Van de Ven. I like Murillo a lot. I think he's a great pick at that 5.5 mil. If I had to pick a 5.5 mil, it'd probably be him. Dude, just DEFCON. I can't remember his exact stats. I can look it up right now, though. Why not? Murillo, I saved the stats here. Where it at, though? Yeah. Murillo gets about 11 defensive contributions per 90, which is really high. For comparative purposes, Van Dijk gets 8. Vardial gets 6. This is all by FPL Harry, by the way. FPL Harry is the GOAT, period. End of story. Tarkovsky, who also gets a lot, is at 11. I had Tarkovsky in my list a while, too, at 5.5 mil. I think he's up. For me, like Murillo and Tarkovsky, because of that, are high on the 5.5 mil rankings. I think if I think I looked, he would have had Tarkovsky would have had like 44 extra points last year due to DEF CON, which is a lot, right? Because last year, I want to see how much he had last year. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone so I don't get off the screen. If I look at how much he had last year, we'll add 44 points to that. I mean, he in love with glow, never get. Gotta sneeze. Brace yourself and go one more. All right. Tarkovsky last season had. Come on, Sean, hurry up. Had 105 points. So if he gets those extra 44, he's at 149 points. 150 points, which is a lot, right? I mean, for comparative purposes, if we go to Virgil, where'd my Van Dijk at? I should go to my team here. Van Dijk had 143. So if he had the DEF CON last year, I mean, just DEF CON alone, right? We're not talking if Van Dijk had it as well. But Tarkovsky would have had like 44 extra DEF CON points on top of that, and I think he's a great pick too, especially because you look at his run of fixtures and it's great. But then you look at Murillo, he also has a great run of fixtures. He also gets a lot of DEF CON, right? He's at 11 defensive contributions per 90, so he'd be in there. Bonus points on top. They had a really good defense. I love Nunes as their manager. And so you look at that and you go, dude, this guy is also going to get a lot of points. Now, I don't know if I said it before, but I'm not just going to pick a defender based off of points alone or DEF CON. I still want to go the clean sheet route. I still want to get a defender that's going to get clean sheets first, or good run of fixtures that looks like good clean sheets. DEF CON's a plus, right? So in order, it's clean sheets. Well, I don't know if the attacking returns, but then DEF CON, right? And so Murillo's going to get both of those. I like that pick a lot. Fun defend I've had in my draft a lot just because I think he's a really good center back. Even though I don't trust that Tottenham defense much, I think they have a great run of fixtures and they should be for 4.5 mil. I think he's up there with one of the best picks. Top 3 for me. All right. Mo Salah and Palmer. I see a lot of people going that Mo Salah and Palmer route. Shout out Salah yesterday on Twitter, by the way. Salah and Palmer going. That pair just seems very, very likely for me. The more I look at it, the more Palmer performs well in the preseason and Club World Cup, the more I'm like, dude, he's going to go crazy again. He's going to show the world why he's a top 3-4 player in the Prem. And I'm just kind of being generous with that. Oh, see you cooking a barbecue. What are you cooking, man? I'm high-key jealous. Solomon Palmer. And then you got Eze. Oh, man. I don't know what I'm allergic to in this room, but I got it coming bad. Eze, I talk about all the time. I love his game. I think he is such a stud. I think if he's well deserving to go to any club. I think his game is that good. I don't care whether it's Crystal Palace or whether it's at Arsenal. I think at 7.5 mil, I want him in my squad. And so I like him a lot. Rodgers obviously got hurt. This draft was made before the Rodgers pick, and so I'm assuming that pick has been changed. I don't know whether he went down to Kudus or not, but around that 7 mil, 6.5 mil price range, I'm imagining you've changed it up a little bit from there. Anderson's a great pick. At his price range, I think that's a great pick. We'll see how Nottingham Forest do this year. Can they keep up what they did last year? I think they can. I don't know if they'll be as good as they were last year, but I think they'll still be top half, top 8 in the table, which would be, that'd be awesome to see. Oof. Watkins and Solanke up top. Solanke still hasn't been in the starting 11. I don't know if he's even been in the squad for Tottenham yet with that injury, so that does worry me. I haven't heard any updates since, so I don't know if he's going to be the guy. I don't know. Might as well check that right now. If I'm going to talk about your team, let's talk about your team, man. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne made me understand it. I do think, though, if Solanke is starting, he is a great one to have in your squad, period. Should be ready to feature for Tottenham Super Cup. I think it looks like he might be going forward. I mean, if he can get his fitness ready and if he can get starting for game week 1, I just think Solanke is a great pick at 7.5 mil. Great run of fixtures. I think is he on pens? I need to double check that now that Sun's gone. But he's a great pick. right? He's going to be the talisman for Tottenham, which, you know, you can make a couple jokes there about Tottenham in general. But I like that pick. Ollie Watkins, dude's outscored. I don't know if he's outscored, but he's been on par with Holland these last 2 years. An incredible player, incredible run of, probably the best run of fixtures for attacking purposes to start the season. Ollie Watkins is a lock. I think this team is solid. Anderson is a great pick at that price range. I just worry. I'm gonna make sure I'm not tripping on his. I think he's like 5.5 mil. Let me double check here. Let me double check his price real quick before I talk about it a little bit more. Yeah, he's 5.5 mil. That's my only concern with Anderson, even though I do think he's a good pick. If he doesn't start the season well, if he's not performing well, then you're stuck with like, oh crap. I don't know where I would pivot with 5.5 mil. Is there going to be a player this season that's going to ball out at that price range? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, right? So I don't know if 5.5 mil at that range is something that I would have just for the flexibility purposes. Because again, if he doesn't do well, then I got to save up a transfer to make a move or take a -4, which I do not want to do this year. I learned my lesson. Also, Steve, man, I appreciate you, man. But that's my thoughts on the squad. Great squad. A couple of question marks that I would want to look further into. But I think it's great, man. All right. Joaquin, you said this last time. Strand Larson. Ooh, dang. Looks like someone might be bench boosting to start. Strand Larson's a great pick, and he's going under the radar for a lot of people. I think it's mainly because Wolverhampton don't look too good right now. But there are a couple people that I missed last time on my stream that I'm going to be talking about the squad now if they're somehow in this chat right now. Dwayne maybe understood. That new Clips album is crazy. That new Jid album is crazy, by the way, for anyone who cares. All right, Solid Palmer. Everybody's going Solid Palmer for what I'm seeing. Anderson again. Rogers again. Very popular 4. Verts is someone that I just don't know right now. I think he's a great player. I just don't know how his attacking returns are going to be for Liverpool. And so for that price, I'd go somewhere. Me, personally, would go somewhere else. I totally get it. If that's where you want to go with, dude's a stud, right? He's going to do great with Liverpool. I love your midfield. I think I talked about those 4 just a second ago. Welbeck is a great pick. I think this guy is great. I don't think I would have him. I don't think he's ever made it to any of my squads. I just think there's so many good options out there at striker. I just don't know if he's the one that I would go with. What is he, 6.5 mil? I'm pretty sure he's 6.5 mil. If you want to send me your squad, send them to my Twitter. I don't know why I'm acting a fool right now. 6.5 mil. I think at 6.5 mil, I think there's some other players I would personally rather have. I mean, he had 24 starts with 15 goal contributions between 10 goals and 5 assists, which is pretty dang good season. All right, not bad. And now that Pedro's gone, he's going to be more talisman. I don't know, right? I don't know if that's who I want in my squad. I look at his run of fixtures. Fullerton, Everton, 2 good ones. Then City, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Chelsea. So it's a little mixed as we move forward on. But I don't know if Welbeck is who I'd have on my squad. If I was going to have anybody in Brighton, I'd probably have Matoma. I think, man, I think I'm really biased with my picks. I just pick players that I think that I just love because I love Matoma. I love his game. I think he's a stud. Bowen, I talked about. I just love Bowen's game too. At 8 mil with that run of fixtures. Hard to say no, man. Hard to say no. He's just consistent. Let me see if there's any other message requests that I can approve from my phone here. Great squad. Great squad. Let me make sure. I think there's one other team that's in my message request. I got to approve it on my phone. And then I got to set, and then I got to, I think I talked about Donders here, team. I got 2 more I'll talk about real quick. Actually, I got 3 more. Send me your squads. All right, cool. I got 3 teams to talk about. And I ain't even done my moves yet. I'll do my moves off a line then. Dwayne made me understand it. If you're a fan of hip-hop, man, check out the JID album. Jid is crazy. All right. Send me a squad if you want onto my Twitter. I'm going to be talking about every team that I can possibly on here. As it brings up, forgot about the new Man City mid. Ooh, all right, here we go. Sells and Dubravka. I feel like that's going to be very, very popular too back there. Send it to me on my Twitter. Let's talk about it. This is Steve's squad. Steve is a man. Steve has had some incredible seasons these last 2 or 3 seasons. That dude has great rankings. All right. We talked about his back line a little bit ago. Steve, I talked about your other team here a second ago. Milenkovic, Van de Ven, and Frimpong. I think Milenkovic is a great pick from Nottingham Forest. Frimpong, I don't know if Frimpong is the... I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of Frimpong, and if he's going to start consistently to start the season, at some point he is. He is just too good to not start consistently. But his attacking returns at 6 mil, you're telling me you can get a Liverpool fullback who is dang near in his, well, I don't want to say in his prime, but consistently getting up the pitch and consistently getting attacking returns with that defensive contributions, even though I don't know how much he's going to get, to be completely honest. But at 6 mil, come on, son. That looks great. Van de Ven, great. 5.5 mil, City defender. I don't know much about him. I need to look into him a little bit. Steve, is he looking pretty good? He scored today. All right, let me look into it a little bit. Let me do some live research as I talk about the other players. Looks like he made the switch up. Man, I hate being in America because I can't watch any of these matches. It's so annoying. FPRF. I love FPRF. Yeah, you made the switch up to Cole Palmer instead of Saka. Verts, I talked about a second ago, 8.5 mil. I like his game. I love his game. I just don't know how much attacking returns he'll get. But the flexibility that you can have at that price, if you're set, you're good, man. Sar. Now we're talking. We're getting some good Crystal Palace players in here. I'm telling you, Crystal Palace have a lot of good attacking players. Sar being one of them, and they're all at great prices. There might become a point in the season where if Eze stays, where we're going to be doubling up on some Crystal Palace attackers. Whether it's Sar, Mateta, Eze. Oh, studs. All right. Tahani Rangers. Okay. From Zwolle. Hey, he's from Zwolle? I was just in Zwolle a couple months ago. It's a small town. That's sick. He might be my favorite player now. Shout out all my fam in Zwolle. And they'll be mad at me for pronouncing that wrong. He averages, what is this? 0.2 non-penalty XG. Probably he's going to get some good attacking or defensive contributions. We'll see, man. I don't know too much about him, but it looks good as far as that goes. And at 5.5 mil, Pep Roulette. I'm just scared of Pep Roulette. But if he does well, dude, at 5.5 mil, ooh, that's great. My only concern, again, I talked about it a little earlier. My only concern with 5.5 mil is if he's not playing well to start the season, I'm in a tricky situation. Now, you're in a good one because if he doesn't start or if he doesn't play, you can have fourth defender come in for him and hope that Conte gets a clean sheet. So that's a good. I think Mark 2, he's gonna get some points for you. So you have backup there in case he doesn't start, in case he doesn't do well. But if he's getting consistent time, man, at 5.5 mil, that's great. I'm just worried about that price range and flirting around afterwards, putting out fires. For me. I need to have Barry I need to have more guts going into the season. And then up top, João Pedro, everyone's going for him. Gyökeres, what a header yesterday, dude. It's only a matter of time before he start and playing 90 consistently for Arsenal. Just, for me, it's like if he doesn't play 60 minutes right off the top, he will moving forward. Just RELAX. Relax, baby. This is a good team. I really like it. I love the Sar pick. I'm not seeing that one enough. These are a couple ones from last week. Looks like he got Tarkovsky on the bench. I love that pick. He's going to get a ton of DEFCON this year. All right. Who do I think is the best midfielder for 6.5 mil or under? Looking for any fun pick. Savo, Cherokee. I'm struggling to choose. All right. I'm going to take a dive in that here in a second. Let me look into this team real quick. And then I'll dive into the best 6.5 mil defender or midfielder. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking Matoma. I think he's a stud. I think he's going to have one of those seasons like, oh, yeah, he is nice, man. All right, here we go. This team, Fun to Fend, Gabriel is an interesting pick. I like Arsenal's defense a lot. Just a tough run of fixtures to start the season. Will they get a good amount of clean sheets? Probably, yeah. They probably will because they're a great freaking team. But is Gabriel one that's been on my radar? Not really, to be completely honest. I just don't know if he gets enough defensive contributions. I'm trying to look right now to see how much he got last year. Yeah, Tarkovsky would have got 44 defensive contribution points last year, and at 150. FPL Harry has a great sheet on defensive contributions on one of his videos he made, by the way. If you haven't by now, you got to check out FPL Harry. I've been singing his praises for years now. I don't know if he has Gabriel on this list, though. Just looking at my phone, I know it's a little bit of dead air, but he's not on here. Why is he not? Oh, yeah, he is. Duh, he's right at the top. So defensive contributions last year, pause, whoop, rewind. When it comes to looking at a player, I'm looking at clean sheets, potential attack, or clean sheets, DEFCON, attacking returns, something like that. But clean sheets is first. At 6 mil, I think even with a tough run of fixtures, he probably gets some good clean sheets. I don't know how many he'll get at that start at how tough it is, and I'm probably gonna wild card early, so he's probably gonna come in my squad later. But he would have only gotten 4 defensive contributions last year points, just not that much, man. That's not much. I think there's better options for me personally at 6 mil. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Wan-Bissaka is going to get a good amount of DEFCON, I'd imagine. 4.5 mil is the reason why he's so popular. I just don't know how much I trust the West Ham defense to get me clean sheets, why I haven't picked him in my squad. But that's that. Midfield I've talked a lot about here. Great team. Kudus I haven't seen personally play for Tottenham, so I can't put him in my squad because I haven't seen him play for Tottenham, right? That's my motto. If I ain't seen you play, I ain't putting you in. But I'm going to go and watch his preseason matches, and then the attitude will change by Thursday when I've seen him play for Tottenham. Right? Great midfield. No Salah is the hide behind the couch behind the couch on Friday. If you ain't got Salah at home to start the season, ooh, hide behind that couch, baby. Send my squad to my Twitter. It's up here. If you don't have to follow me on Twitter. Please don't feel like you got to follow me on Twitter just because you can send it to my Twitter and you ain't got to follow me. I don't care. I don't really care about. I only have Twitter so that I can do stuff like this, right? I think my last tweet was 2 years ago. My Twitter's up at the top, right above me, the Don FPL, and we'll go and let me know if you send it. We'll talk about it. But that's kind of my thoughts on this squad. Now, going back to the question earlier, the best 6.5 mil midfielders, while I think Dylan sends me his squad, I don't know if I say her name right, and I apologize if I don't. Defenders, I'm just going to go, not defenders, Sean, midfielders, middies at, sorry for screaming into the mic there. We're just going to go selected by because that's an easier route here. All right. I've heard a lot of people, Kudus obviously being the highest selected, I get why he's that high, right? I understand the love for him as we go. I'm going to check my Twitter right now. Your mama call you Twitter, I'm calling you Twitter. Checking Twitter to make sure nothing's been sent to me other than just a bunch of spam bots. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. And Dye, I've heard a lot of good things about. I think he is another good pick, honestly. I think Cherokee, I don't trust the city. I don't trust Pep Roulette. I don't necessarily like Rice. Rice is outdated as a model, by the way. The Rice elevate, compression, elevate. If you want to talk about that, we can talk about that. I do think Ndaya at that price range, I think he is a good player. Everton have a good run of fixtures to start the season. I understand that. See, Pep Roulette. I'm scared. Rice, he'll be okay. I think FPL Harry talked about him, and I really liked what he said too. And I don't know if I screenshotted it here. I don't think I did. Sean, come on. I love his content, man. I just don't know if Rice is the guy for me. I don't know if he's going to get enough attacking returns to warrant 6.5 mil. Is he going to get a couple goals here and there? Yeah, absolutely. Is he going to get some assists? Yeah. Is he going to get enough at 6.5 mil? I'd rather go Matoma. I just love his game so much, man. Like last year, he had 10 goals and 5 assists, and he had a down year for me. I thought he'd be a little bit better. I expect double-digit goals. I expect a little bit higher as far as assists goes. And he's got Fulham to start the season, Everton after that. It is a tough run of fixtures, I'll give you that, but I just like his game a lot, man. I don't know if I'd have Murphy. Enzo, I'm not the biggest fan of. Sar, I like a lot. Now, Sar, let's talk about him, baby. Last year, had 8 goals, 7 assists. He underperformed his expected goals. About on par with his assists. I like Sar a lot. I think he's going too far under the radar, too. If you don't want Eze at 7.5 mil, if you can't afford Eze at 7.5 mil, and you're like, hey, I gotta spread some funds around, but you still want to get that Crystal Palace attacking, or you still want to get the Crystal Palace attacking. Chelsea's a tough one for sure, but you never know with Chelsea. I appreciate that. All right, I'll check Twitter here in a second. Nottingham Forest, I think that is a tough fixture, but I expect them to score in one of those 2 games. And Sar's probably going to be involved in one of those. Aston Villa, I don't think they're going to be that good defensively as they were last year. I think they'll still be good, but I don't think they'll be a 4 as far as FDR goes. Then you got Sunderland and West Ham right after that. So a good run of fixtures, and I think Crystal Palace are going to be good this year. I'm kind of high on them. I might be eating my words here in a little bit, but I'm high on Crystal Palace. All right, let's check Twitter real quick. If you want to send me your teams, send them up here. Let's get ready for the season. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. All right. I just got that one there. Let me see if I got any other ones here. All right. Off to Twitter. Boom. Best of all time. Dylon. Shout out Dave Spell, man. All right. Sanchez in goal. I think he's the best option at 5 mil with how good their fixtures are to start the season. I expect him to make a couple mistakes here and there. I expect to be frustrated from time to time with Chelsea's defense in some of those games because of the. My buddy says it all the time. Chelsea can play the worst team in the league and give up 3 goals, and they play Liverpool, and it's like a 1-0 game, right? But I think Sanchez at the price range is a great pick. You started FPL. Hey, welcome to the FPL game, dude. It is way too addicting, but welcome. All right, you're going with the 4-4-2. Let me see who you have on your bench. Anderson at 5.5 mil. Richards at 4.5. Dubravka, great pick, Dubravka. I personally, you're going the 4-4-2. I personally like having 3 defenders, and whether you have 3 attackers or 4 or 5 midfielders, but having a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3 is what I like to do. You have a 5.5 mil midfielder on the bench if this is your first season. For me, I don't like having too much money on my bench. I like having enough that I can have a player that's going to come in when I need it. But at the beginning of the season, really everyone that's healthy is going to be playing. And so saving that 5.5 mil on the bench and throwing it into the squad here is something that I would do instead. So take that 5.5 mil and upgrade, or you can even downgrade Anderson down, and then upgrade 5.5 mil to 6.5. I don't know. I forgot how much Anderson is. I don't know if he's 5.5 or 5. Even if he's 4.5, I would still do it. But this is the way that I play, right? You got to find out the way that works for you. You got to find out you got to play your game, right? He's 4.5 mil. So for me, what I would do is I would downgrade one of those 4.5 mil defenders. I don't know if it'd be Anderson or Richards. Or Nico Williams. I'd probably pick Nico Williams just for me, for me specifically. Also, chat, what do you guys think of this squad? What would you guys change in here? What would be your change? I just realized you went with Salah, Palmer, and Saka. That's the first time I've seen that. I love it. I think that's awesome. I have not seen that before. This is my first time someone sent it with all 3 of those big hitting midfielders in there. It is definitely a gamble because you're not going to have too much money to spend around outside of that. But having Sarr there is a great pick. Strand Larson is a great pick. Going under the radar just because I think this Wolverhampton team's, it's tough. They lost some of their best players. How are they going to do? Probably not good. But you never know. Strand Larson's going to be good. Good for him. I think... If you're going with those 3 in the midfielder, you're probably going to have to go 4-4-2. But I'd probably take one of those defenders that you have on your bench, or midfielder even in Anderson, because he's 5.5 mil. I would probably downgrade myself, Anderson, to a 4.5, and I would either save a mil going into week 2, or I would find a way to upgrade one of those defenders to someone who's going to get more consistent clean sheets, right? So I'd upgrade Nico Williams to Murillo. Even though you're kind of staying in the Nottingham Forest defense, Murillo's going to get a lot of DEFCON. He's going to get a lot of points, right? You'd imagine. You never know how the season's going to go. But that's what I would do there. Or you could stay cheap, stay Nico Williams there. Stay cheap, that's a weird way of saying it. Save money and stay in that Nottingham defense and go with Nico Williams. Find a fan I like. It's hard with those 3 midfielders to really have much flexibility. Because I'm saying, like, if you take Anderson down to a 4 mil, you're saving half a mil, but then you really don't have much money to upgrade anybody else. And I think these players are all good. But if you downgrade, man, this is hard. I think it's hard because if your decision is to go with those 3 midfielders, you're just not going to have much money to spend, right? And that's why a lot of people aren't doing those top 3. They're just picking one of Palmer or Saka, and they're throwing the money around some other really good players, whether it's going with 3 forwards up top. Because you could take Saka, like, a lot of people have been, including me, let's say if you don't have Saka, you take that 10 mil, you upgrade one of your 4.5 mil attackers to 7.5 mil, because there's some good ones out there for 7.5 mil. Then you take that, you get another 7.5 mil midfielder there. So instead of having Anderson as your 4th player, instead of having an Anderson and Saka, you have Joao Pedro or Chris Wood at striker, and then having a Eze Rodgers before he was hurt, but having 2 quality attackers versus like a defender and an incredible Saka, right? That's a decision you're going to have to make, and you play your game. But that's what a lot of people have been doing. But if you want to stick with those 3, I would suggest taking that 5.5 mil with Anderson on your bench and just saving that mil for game week 2 and seeing where do I need to make a change, or where is someone that I can get. Or if you want to stick with a 4-4-2, upgrade Anderson a little bit. But honestly, I'm not mad at this team. I think this team is great. It's the first time I've seen a 3 midi lineup like that, and I think with the funds that you have remaining after that 3, I think you did a great job. Now, even then too, if you want to stick with those 3 midfielders, you could take Watkins down to, I think Watkins is 9 mil? Let me fact check myself. I have Watkins on my squad. You think I would? Well, actually, I got rid of him last night. Oh boy. Why did I say oh boy like that? You have 9 mil Watkins. You could downgrade him to, like, if you take that money from Watkins, downgrade him to like a 7.5 mil. Now you have $1.5 million left over. Now you can upgrade Anderson from 5.5 mil to 7 mil, which will give you could get Kudos and still have some money left over. So there are ways around it, right? But you just have 4 really expensive, great options. That's what I would do. Overall, I like your team, man. I love those 3 midfielders. Love those 3 midfielders, man. Big fan. Appreciate you. Does that make sense? Do you have any other questions from that? There's another one here. Except, there we go. That should pop up now. Boom. Bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. All right, well, you're definitely bench boosting. You are bench boosting off the jump for sure. And I love that move. I know a lot of people have been doing that bench boost. Oh boy, I don't have too much longer. If you want to send me your chat, send me your team, send them to my Twitter. You don't got to follow me. Just send them, right? I don't really care for anyone following me on Twitter. I'll follow you back for sure, but you don't have to. But I don't have too much longer because I do have to go to a Chargers game today and American football. And I got to leave in like an hour, so I got to get ready, which doesn't take me long. But just saying, actually, no, I got to leave in 40 minutes. Actually, I got to leave in 30 minutes. All right, I got 15 minutes left. Send me your squad if you want. Let's get ready for the season. I'll be live streaming again on Thursday. I was going to say, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I hate that. Looking at your squad, you're definitely bench boosting. If you're not bench boosting, you have a lot of money on that bench. Because let's look at his bench real quick. He has Sanchez, Watkins, Dorgu, who apparently has looked really good, really attacking to start the season for United. Even though I don't trust that defense too much, he's looked really good going forward. Konsa, great pick at 4.5 mil. Watkins, wow. Wow. Your bench is loaded. Let's see who you have up top, shall we? Dang, where are you? Whoa. It's because you don't have Mo Salah. I was wondering where'd you get all this money from? I'm sitting here like I do when I go to Huntington Beach and I see all these apartments. How I consider bench boost 11? I haven't even looked that far ahead, to be completely honest. I've just been really tinkering with getting my season started. Either comment take a screenshot of your team and either message me or put it on reply to one of my pinned tweet and I'll get it either way. But I was wondering where you didn't get all this money from. You don't have Mo Salah, which means you're definitely going to be hiding behind a couch on Friday because ain't no way I wouldn't be able to watch the game on Friday. Mo Salah at Anfield to start the season is about as much of a lock for a goal as you can get. I just jinxed it, and now he's going to come away without any attacking returns. And half the people that are captaining, dude, he's probably going to be captained by what? How many people select him? 50%. Konsa's not scoring defender. He never gets def cons anyway. Yeah, it's just because he's 4.5 mil with a great run of fixtures. That's the only reason why people have Konsa. Why I had Konsa for a second. He's not going to get you attacking returns or DEFCON, sure, but he's in a squad that's going to get you. I'm going to scoot it this way a little bit. He's just in a great run of fixtures. All right, so looking at your squad, Pedro Paro, 5.5 mil, probably on set. He's on set pieces now that Matters is out. Hope Madison gets healthy quick. Torres ACL. That's tough, man. He's out for at least 9 months. Or he should be out for at least 9 months, which means he's probably going to be a year, right? De Kuiper, Van Dijk, Pedro Paro. You just have a lot of really good middle tier priced players. Verts I've talked about in the past. I just don't know how much attacking returns he's going to get for Liverpool. I don't know. I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I haven't. It's hard to watch preseason games here. But at 8.5 mil, it's hard for me to justify having him in my squad at that price. But he's a great player, I'll tell you that much. Phil Foden. Phil Foden's interesting, man. I somebody that I don't know if I would. He hasn't made it to any of my drafts. I just think they have so many good players on City and Pep. I just don't know how much Pep actually likes him. Because every year Foden, he's like, this is the year he breaks out. This is the year he gets 90 minutes every week. And every week, it's just like, man, he's a great player. I love his game. I just don't know how much he's going to play. And for his price, you can go another route. Personally, play your game. Play your game. Bruno Fernandes is going to get defensive contributions for sure. I think I'm going to go back. Again, FPL Harry is the GOAT. He put up a thing. I don't know if it was... Oh, I didn't screenshot it, Sean. But... he gets a lot of attacking returns, man, this Bruno Fernandes kid. A lot of he's on pens, obviously. United got better over the offseason, which you would hope if you're a United fan after last season. And Buemo should be a stud for them. Bruno Fernandes is going to be looking for him all the time. I haven't had Bruno in any of my drafts, that being said. I love his game. I hope that they don't waste his prime with United, but what's up, Diamond? All right, if you're bench boosting, you might have an incredible game week one. Your ranking might be crazy. My only concern is just, well, even Johnson out there. I guess you got to do something, but I would probably downgrade Foden to someone else and save that cash a little bit, and then upgrade Johnson. That's probably what I would do if I had your squad. For me, that's what I would do. But again, if you trust those players and you think that's what's best for them, let it ride. Bench boost in game one, I think it looks really good. With this squad, I like it a lot. I like that squad a lot. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, I'll follow you back real quick. Yoink. And then I'll follow you back real quick. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I gotta go to Twitter on my phone to approve these messages. They're starting to come in a little bit, so I gotta talk about them fast, and move forward. Fast, and move forward. Here we go. He in love with glow. Never got my name tatted. All right. Sanchez in goal. I'm seeing that everywhere. It's a no-brainer. Konsa on the bench. Esteve Dubravka. Whoa! All right. This is the first draft. I think this is the first draft in 2 weeks that I've seen Holland, which is crazy. This guy went from he broke FPL. Everyone's gonna have him. It's so boring. Is a boring safe captain pick. What, like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was. And now you look at him, and this is the first time I've seen him in a draft. I know it's obviously because Mo Salah is the king of FPL. He's the GOAT. And at that price range, I would personally rather have Salah. But appreciate you showing up anyway, though, Diamond. Even if it's just for a little bit. Appreciate you. Zach, I'm going to get to yours here in a second. Let me see. I did get to it, right? Hold on. Where's... Did I skip yours? Okay. I'm going to check it here in a second. I'll talk about this one real fast. Dewsbury Hall, I like that pick. That's the first time I've seen him in a draft, too. Rodgers got hurt. That's my only worry about his fitness coming back for game week 1. If he is fully ready to play and he's passed all his fitness tests, his ankle's doing well, then yeah, he's a great pick, right? He's one of the best picks you can get at 7 mil. With that great run of fixtures that they have, how good he is going forward, he's a no-brainer at 7 mil in my opinion. Holland is someone who starts off the season so fast every year, banging hattie after hattie. It is crazy that this is the first time I've seen him in a draft. And I kind of like it, man. That can mean you're just boom to start the season. Oh boy, I just did a boom. Oh, that's even worse. Move on. You also went with the three big players. So I saw Salah, Saka, and Palmer last time. Now I'm seeing Holland, Saka, and Palmer. You're able to do that with Dewsbury Hall, getting him in. I keep seeing Verts a lot. I just don't. For me personally, I would downgrade him and upgrade Dewsbury. Me personally, I need to go watch some game tape on Verts and how he's been playing at Liverpool, and then I'll get back to you on that. If I had a little bit more time, I would go and look at. I'd go look at his. I can't do that live on stream, especially because it'll be flagged. But Ait Nouri. Ait Nouri is someone I loved having in my squad. I like his game a lot. I don't know. I was talking to my buddy who's a huge City supporter. He was saying him and Doku have looked really good together. And I'm not invested. It's 1 a.m. now. Don't worry, I say that for it. I appreciate that. I mean, you could just, if you want, it'll be, this gets posted afterwards, so you can just rewatch it tomorrow. You don't got to stay up. Sleep's important, man. But yeah, I knew he looked really good apparently going up the pitch. Him and Doku have been linking up really well. It's someone that I do want in my squad. I'm trying to find any excuse that I can to bring him in. Something's holding me. Every time I try to grab him, something keeps pulling me back. I don't know why. But I like this team a lot. A couple moves I think I would just watch. If I were you, I would just watch out for Rodgers. Is Dewsbury Hall going to be... Is it worth having Dewsbury Hall in my squad? I don't know how many points he'll get you. Honestly, I haven't really looked too deep into like his FPL aspect of things. I like his game. But is he going to be somebody that's just going to get you a couple points here and there? Because if so, it's really hard to justify having him in a squad if he's not going to do that great, right? But overall, good squad. Couple moves that I would make. I would just play your game. Play your game, play your game, play your game, play your game. I would personally downgrade Verts, upgrade Dewsbury Hall. It's so hard. If you're going with those 3 premium players in Saka, Palmer, and Holland, or Saka, Palmer, and Salah, you're just not going to have so much money to sprint around, and your other guys have to hit. Because if they don't, you're going to have to be putting out fires. Dewsbury's corners, he played in the 10 role, looks very dangerous. Oh, there we go now. All right. Now we're talking. How much? Let me see. Overall, I like this team a lot. I think I love the idea of having Saka, Palmer, and Holland because you would think you're getting like 21 points a week from those guys on average ish. Yeah, about 20 points a week, something like that from those 3 on top of captaining one of them, and that's really nice. Dewsbury Hall, 5 mil on And Dewsbury does have leads to start Brighton and then Wolverhampton. And then he has Aston Villa. So he has a good run of fixtures to start the season. Good four run of fixtures. So that looks good. Apparently he's looking really good going up the pitch, on corners, with some big dudes in the box. I kind of like that pick. Overall, I think it's good. Nico Williams hesitates me a little bit, but I like this team a lot. All right, let's go look at Zach's right here. Murillo. All right, so you got Sanchez in goal. I like your bench. Yeah. All right, now. All right, so I just said I'd never seen one with Holland, and now I got 2 in a row. And right off the jump, I'm seeing you have Holland and Salah. Whoa! Yo! Woo! Okay, man. This reminds me of my first year in FPL when people were going with Salah and Sterling. Sterling obviously didn't have a great year that year. I don't know if obviously because it's been like 6 years, but also if you want, like, subscribe, blah 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 blah. I hate saying that, but it definitely helps out, man. Holland and Salah is a very interesting pick. Also, I only got like 10 minutes left. Send me your squads. Salah and Holland is first time I've seen that. Period. I love it though. The only thing that worries me is if you're obviously not going to be able to captain both. And so if you're going to captain, let's say Salah all those times, would I rather have Holland or would I rather spend the money around? I just saw you have Palmer too. Holy shnikes. You ain't going to have money for anybody, which is why you got Thiago in your squad. Welbeck should have a good year. I talked about him earlier. He doesn't jump out to me, but he's probably going to be someone that's just consistently good he's just going to be consistent. Not like consistent, oh yeah, here we go, but good enough. Wow. All right, man. Let's see Thiago here. How much is Thiago? 6 mil? He's probably, he's getting, I really don't know too much about Thiago, honestly. Igor, he only started once, so I'd have to go back and look at how he played at other squads here, but I don't know much about Thiago, to be completely honest, and so I can't say too much about that. I'm going to be straight up with you guys, as I always am. Let's see. If you can check the first team I sent, also on the first yes, I'll check it out for sure. I'll check it out. I need to speed run through these because I got to get to the American football game, right? Salah, Palmer, Holland, crazy, never seen that before. Love it. Murillo is going to get a ton of DEFCON for sure. I think he would have been up there with like 40 last year if they would have had it last year. Tarkovsky would have gotten 44 defensive contributions last year. I really wish I would have had this screenshot up to go. It's from Harry. FPL Harry is the king of FPL, man. I say it all the time. I'm gonna always say it. I love that guy. He's the GOAT, man. Murillo averages 11 defensive contributions per 90, as well as Tarkovsky. Last year, if they would have had it, Tarkovsky would have had 150 points. Murillo would have had 170 with 40 points from DEFCON, 48 from clean sheets. They are studs. I like those 2 picks a lot at that price range. They're the best for me. Fonfin, I like your back line. I don't like Xhaka. I don't think he's going to get attacking returns. You're going to have to take an L somewhere if you're going to have Salah and Palmer. Anderson, I like his game, but if he doesn't start the season, he's good, but if he doesn't start the season hot, now you're at 5.5 mil. Where are you going to go with it? There's not many places that you can pivot without taking a -4 there. And so I don't know if Anderson is someone that I would want, like, consistently starting. I'm just scared. And then Xhaka, I don't know how well he'll do. Thiago starting striker for Brentford, sure, but I need to see more of his game before I can feel comfortable with it. I'm not the biggest fan of this draft, but if you're gonna have sitting the wrong way. If you're gonna have Salah, Palmer, and Holland, you're gonna have to take L somewhere, and that's just where it's gonna go. Lucas, you sent another one, Lucas. There we go. If I missed your team, please let me know because I'm trying to get through all these before I have to go dip. Because my friend's always mad when I'm late, and I'm trying not to be late anymore. Sanchez in goal. See, are you gonna bench boost game week 1? You could, probably not. All right. Newry, Verts, Dewsbury Hall. Wait, Or yes, on the bench, yeah. Yeah. Is this the one I already talked about? It's like the first team. Oh, the first team. There we go. Like Kelleher in goal, sure. Ah! Anderson on the bench. All right, you got a 4.5 mil on the bench. That's fine. And Doye, all right, so now you've gone with Salah and Holland, but you got Bruno Fernandes as that third big midfielder there. Dewsbury Hall apparently looks really good. I need to look more into that. Personally, if you want to send me your squad, send them up there. If you want to, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Ah, stop saying that, Sean. All right, Dewsbury Hall looks good going up the pitch. He sounds like he's playing as the 10. He's on set pieces. I like it. The only problem is if he doesn't, I say it all the time with that price range, if he doesn't do well, what are you going to do, right? It's going to, a -4 is going to be coming in. Holland, Salah, the biggest problem with them, as much as I love having those two just studs, if you're not going to captain one of them, and you're obviously not going to be able to, then you're going to, is it better to have like a Cole Palmer and save 3.5 mil? Is it better to have Saka and save 4 mil? That being said, I would not be surprised if Salah and Holland both bag a hattie to start the season, and now you're sitting there pretty with that huge, great, or that big, great overall rank. I personally would just if it were my team, play your game, play your game, play your game. I say that all the time because you get players, you get FPL players, and they'll put up a draft like this, and then people will be like, oh man, that doesn't look good, that doesn't look good. And then the game week ends and you get 90 points and people are doing exactly what they told you, right? Happens all the time. You need to play your game. You need to play the players that you trust, right? I would personally go Holland down and upgrade Ndoye over there personally, but that's me. I like Van Dijk there. Nico Williams is a great way to get into that Nottingham Forest defense. Except, all right, let's be quick here. Getting to that West Ham. I'm not the biggest fan of the West Ham defense, but that's me. Joao Pedro, of course, everyone likes him. Rodgers, he did get hurt. So that's definitely something that I would watch out for. Arshia, can you send it to me again, but not have it as a GIF or something? I can't pull it up if it's a GIF, and so it's kind of sitting in the corner of the screen. I can pull it up here. It's going to be blurry. Apologize to everybody watching, but this is the squad. Ray in goal. All right, Arsenal defense in goal. Here we go. Quack, quack, rubber donkey. That's my dog, man. Welcome back. I know I made it when he's here. He in love with gloat. All right. Ait Nouri, Wan-Bissaka, Munoz. Yeah, I like that. I'd probably go Richards instead of Munoz, but that's me. Play your game. Caicedo. I'm not the biggest Caicedo fan. I think his game's good. I just don't know for FPL. I don't know. I'm hesitant on it. Right? Semenyo. Now we're talking. I love Semenyo, man. That guy is a great player. Bournemouths are just they're gonna go, man. I like it. Semenyo and Kluivert to me are great picks. Kluivert, obviously, you're not right now. But Semenyo, I love it. Whenever I watch him play, I sit back and I go, I like that. Mo Salah, stud. Cole Palmer, stud, obviously. Rodgers, he's hurt. Make sure you watch that. Solanke hasn't been in any starting 11 yet for Tottenham, so it's something I ought to watch out for. Make sure his fitness is good. If his fitness is good, put him in, let it ride. If not, just a careful heads up, right? Ollie Watkins, yeah, he's been scoring 200 points a season pretty much for a couple years, and he's somehow still going under the radar. Aina, Mark Wee, Alex Moreno, yeah. I like this team. I've said my piece about Ait Nouri in the past, honestly. Just, is he the best 6 mil defender? I'm not too sure right now, but he could very well be. Semenyo or Sarr? Ooh. That's a good question. I'm going to dive into that one here in a second. I'm going to look at this team, and then I'm going to dive into that question. It is 10:10. I got 10 minutes. No, I got 5 minutes. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to do this fast. All right. I'm going to be real fast with this because I have to go in 5 minutes. Get any question you have in. Let's talk about it real fast, and I got to go. Thanks, everyone, for showing up, by the way. I love talking about FPL. I ain't got no one else to talk about it here California wit. All right. This is your squad. Ariel and Kelleher in goal. Sure. I would probably get Dubravka personally. Because I think he's starting at 4 mil or something like that. Anyway. Cucurella. I like Cucurella. He has good attacking returns. He doesn't get much DEFCON, but DEFCON's probably at the lowest. Unless you're getting someone that's incredible at it, like Tarkovsky or Murillo. 2 6 mil defenders. Gabriel, I'm not the... with that, the start of the season, I think there's other 6 mil defenders that I would rather have than Gabriel. Me, personally. I'd rather have like I'd rather even take a chance on Firmpong, Van Dijk, but at 6.5 or at 6 mil, I like Gabriel. I like Arsenal's defense a lot. Cucurella should get good attacking returns. Great run of fixtures to start. Probably won't get much DEFCON, but I don't care too much about that, to be honest. With him, I think he's a great pick. That Chelsea defense does worry me a little bit, but that run of fixtures they have does not worry me too much. Nico Williams. Great way to get in that Nottingham defense. Saka, Rogers, Palmer, and Dye. Vert's going with a 5 midfielders. Well, so here's my question to you. I like Ndiaye a lot. I like Palmer, Saka, Rogers. Rogers I've talked about, is he hurt or not? But if you're bench boosting, sure. This is good. But if you're not bench boosting, you have too much money sitting on your bench for me. For my likings, because you can't play a 3-5-3. So you're gonna play a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. If you're playing a 3-4-3, you got to downgrade Ndiaye down or Rogers down and have a little bit more cash to spend somewhere else. You go in the no Salah route. You go in the no Salah route, which is not something I'm gonna do, but I understand with his price range that you could still get Saka and Palmer instead. But who are you gonna bench, right? You can't have all those attackers. So I would downgrade either one of your attackers or one of your midfielders. I'd probably downgrade Rogers until I hear anything different and just use that money somewhere else. Or you could just hold on to the money. But I wouldn't start with that many attackers, right? You could either save that 2.5 mil for game week 2, game week 3 when you want to make a move, or you could use that 2.5 mil and upgrade someone else. That's my only thing. I like the players that you do have. The players you have are awesome. But for me, I don't want to have a 7.5 mil player on my bench every week. That's just not for me. Especially at the beginning of the season. But if you're bench boosting, I like it. If you're bench boosting, I think it's a really good bench boost squad. Yeah, it's a really good... It's a really good bench boost squad. But... I don't know the idea behind bench boosting right now. I haven't looked too much into it. But then if you don't bench boost, or if you bench boost 1, you're going to have a great game week 1. Come game week 2, then what are you going to do? You're going to then use one of your transfers to take one of those attackers down to save money. Or are you going to wild card early? That's my only worry. My only worry with an early bench boost is what do I do after game week 1? If you're pretty much banking on the fact that you're going to downgrade one of your players, and there's probably going to be some fires you put on. There's going to be some players that are just coming out like a Timu Puki. You're like, dude, I got to go. That guy's balling out. I got to throw him in my squad. But it's going to be hard to do that. I guess it'll be easy to do that because you can just swap one of your many midfield or many attackers out. But that's my only thing is game week 1, awesome. Game week 2, what do? You could probably like, if this was my team, I'm bench boosting game week 1. Then game week 2, I'm going to do my best to not make a transfer. And then game week 3, then I'm going to take one of my attackers, drop them down, and spend that money somewhere else. But if that's the game plan, hey, man, if it works, watch out. I do like it. All right. Good squad. Let me see if I have any other message requests. If Salah or Holland bang early on, wild card. And they probably will. Salah at home is a woo. Watch out now. All right, let me check Twitter. Get him in. I got 2 minutes. Oh, boy. Did I miss? If I miss anyone's team, please let me know real quick. If not, I pretty much have to go here in a second. Appreciate everyone showing up. There's a question I wanted. Oh, Semenyo or Sarr? Semenyo or Sarr is a fantastic discussion. Let's go to that here. Midfielders. They should both be here. Price. Semenyo 7. So I love Semenyo's game a lot, and I like Sarr a lot too. As of right now, I would probably, if I had the funds, I would probably go with Semenyo because you look at these fixtures. I don't know if you guys can see him. It's a terrible job putting him on on the screen. But if you have Semenyo, you hold on game week 1. Hold. Because after that, Wolverhampton do not have a good defense. Tottenham, you never know with their defense. Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds. Move my phone over a little bit. Fulham, Crystal Palace, Nottingham. Such a good run of fixtures for a team that's probably going to score a good amount. And so for that reason, I'm probably going to pick Semenyo at that price range. I might even downgrade Gakpo to Semenyo myself. I like his game so much. Last year, what did he have last year? He had 11 goals, 7 assists. He outperformed both XG and XA, but I think he's just a good player, so he's going to do that. I think Semenyo probably over Sarr if you have the funds. If you don't, I think they're both freaking phenomenal options. Let it ride. Do I stick with Salah after that performance? Yes. Salah's got Bournemouth at home. He's going to score. Newcastle, I'm not even worried about. Arsenal, I'm not worried about. Well, Arsenal, it's going to be tough, but Newcastle, I'm not too worried about. But Salah is a guy you keep having your squad to keep your squad forever. Did I miss anyone's team? Please let me know. If not, like, subscribe. I gotta end it here pretty soon. Oh boy, I gotta charge my phone while I'm at it too. I can't go to the game on 45%. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. Send me your teams. You got 2 minutes to send me your teams. Let's go. Semenyo or Kluivert because Kluivert on pens. If Kluivert is healthy, I'm getting Kluivert. He's a dog. He is good. They're the same price. I think Kluivert is just that guy. I like him so much. If he is healthy, I think he was hurt, right? That's why he wasn't playing here. If he is full on ready to go, let me check my messages. I don't have any. Cool. Send me your squads. Please send me your squads up here in the next 2 minutes, or I'm out. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Maybe even Tuesday morning. I don't know. Let's see Kluivert. Latest update on Kluivert. Kluivert still unable to feature due to a short-term injury setback. All right. Calf injury that's progressed slower than hoped. Should have solid, but he's not training yet, Kluivert. But, you know, I honestly like Kluivert so much, I think he might be willing to send a team to my Twitter up here. I might even be willing just to take that L the game week 1 to have him. Oh, that's crazy. Send it, check. I don't see anything in the message request there, Diamond. Shoot. Send it fast. How do I send it? Send it to my Twitter. It could be in the message request. I don't see it in there, Diamond. Oh boy. I do not see it. Ian. Ah, got it. Boom. Nailed it. It was in my message requests. All right, I got 2 teams I did not see that I'm going to do right now on Twitter. I'm going to be super fast with this. Apologies, Diamond. You know I love you, but I got to go. Anderson, Richards. I love Richards. Anderson, good pick. Dubravka, yep. Sanchez, you said something else in the tweet. Think about Sarr. Game week 2 bench boost. Okay. Why'd I close my phone? I need to look at the chat. Okay. No yoga mat. Chat. All right. Pedro Porro on set pieces. Love it. Tarkovsky, Murillo, 2 of the best defensive contribution players in the game. Gakpo I'm unsure of because I don't know. I'm going to be honest with those 2 Liverpool players. I love their game a lot. I think Gakpo is probably the better pick for me. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's me. I need to look more into that, right? Just sent mine. Okay. Palmer, Bruno Fernandes. I like Bruno. I haven't had him on my squad yet, though. Front line, I love. Back line, I love. Midfield, my only question are those 2 Liverpool players. And Bruno Fernandes, I think he'll have a good season, but I just don't know. I would probably downgrade Bruno and get some other players, but that's me. Overall, I like this team. I think it's a really good squad. I think your front line, your back line are great. Palmer there, no Salah obviously hurts, but Wirtz, Bruno, and Gakpo are good. Those 3 I just have question marks on. All right, here. I got Sean, be quick. All right. Petrovic. Oh, interesting pick. First time I've seen that. Van Dijk, Murillo, great picks. Nico Williams getting that Nottingham defense. Gabriel, sure. Evan Nilsson, first time I've seen that. That's a good pick. Anderson, Ndiaye, and Palmer, Salo, Verts, Strand Larson. A lot of money on the bench. If you're bench boosting, I think it's good. I haven't checked to see if you're bench boosting. If you're bench boosting, sure. If not, got to save some money, go somewhere else. I think the bench boost does look good. Strand Larson's a good player. I don't know how much I'm going to want him in my squad. Looks good pick. Anderson's best. Anderson and Ndiaye at their price ranges are probably up there with the best picks in that range. Dewsbury Hall might even be up there too now. If I go look at that, Evan Nilsson, hit and miss kind of player, but I like him. Overall, his team's good. If you're not bench boosting, I think I needed who to swap Rogers and Caicedo for. Semenyo maybe, Matoma maybe. But yeah, I like the squad. You're going with 4-5-1 for now. Oh man, am I sweating? Paddington, I'm sweating. Yeah, but I like the squad. Last one here, and I got to go. I'll be live streaming again. I don't know if on Tuesday, but for sure on Thursday. All right, cool. Clivert on the bench. I love Clivert. Been talking about him. Ndiaye, Palmer, Bruno. No Sala. Okay. Holland, Pedro, Fulkrug. Okay. It seems like you're kind of just waiting the fort till Clivert gets back. Actually, Fulkrug is, what is he, starting up top too with Jared Bowen, so maybe he gets some good attacking returns up there. Maybe. Solanke, if he's healthy, for sure. If Solanke is healthy, awesome. Fun defend. I like your back line. Good picks. Ndiaye, a lot of good things. A lot of good people are talking good things about Ndiaye for sure. Kudus, I haven't seen play. Bruno, I'm just not the biggest fan on right now. I could easily eat my words, but I'm not sure at this moment. Joao Pedro, yeah. Great squad. Looks good. I'm unsure about Fulkrug personally. I get it. I get why you have him in my squad, but it looks good. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate all y'all. Dude, seriously, that was a great turnout. Appreciate everything. Take some time every day to make someone smile. As always, if you like the stream, like, subscribe. Don't even know, like. Just, subscribe. Let's do this again. We'll do this again on maybe Tuesday, but for sure Thursday. Appreciate y'all. See y'all, man. Let's get the season going. Woo! That was a fun stream, everybody. Why did I say everybody like that? That sounds weird, man. But that was a great stream.